Okay, so I just feel like talking for just a little bit. And I want to talk about this person, and I don't have anything against them, but I just now briefly looked at Kyrie Irving and his statements about. Excuse me, I was dropping my little thing I was recording on. Oh, but his statements about the millennial generation and how they're going to be the ones that kind of prevent things from really getting much worse, when it comes to waking up, stuff like that, turning things around with the community, not allowing it to get too further down in the ditch. Those weren't exact words, but he was kind of saying it like that, like, stop doing the same thing over and over again. Everybody looked the same on social media. Everybody's following the same trends. Nobody's really thinking for themselves, stuff like that. Basically, that's kind of what he was saying. And he was talking about how an elder told him that that millennial generation, the years born between 1981 and 1996, those are going to be the people that kind of turn things around. And that's fine. I don't have anything against what he said now. Nothing against what he said, because you know what? It's all about people have their different perception. They express themselves. And so it's not for me to agree with or disagree with what he said. I think what he said, he sounded sincere in what he was saying, though. So I don't have anything against what he said. I want to say this, though, because I have yet to hear what Kanye West said, because I feel like it really, what he does is a lot of attention. And he's a jester. Same with Kyrie Irving. I'm going to get with that too. He's a jester, the same as Kyrie Irving. And I don't pay them a lot of attention because what they are a part of, who they have signed contracts with, who they have shook hands with. It's only so much they're able to do. And it's only so much truth they're allowed to speak. And if they click online and able to say what they say and still have some kind of career afterwards, even though it might look like in the media, oh, they lost this, they lost these deals, they lost this. Okay, but then you see about 3 months later, 2 months later, they on top of stuff again. See, so I'm seeing this as just like, it's a way to keep grabbing folks' attention. Now, Kyrie Irving sounded very sincere. And like I said, I don't have any thoughts about Kyrie. I don't watch basketball. I don't know who he's dating. I don't care who he's dating. I don't get into that stuff, And I don't care about his gender. I don't care about that either. I wanted to hear what he was saying. And when I clicked on it, he made this Instagram. He was speaking on Instagram. He sounded very sincere. And I was thinking to myself, wow, that takes really a lot of bravery to have a following like his. Millions of followers, and just be able to speak the truth. In this particular world where people just, for some reason, they seem like they're not there. They seem like they robots, and I don't say it before that I don't think people are real anymore. I think maybe about 20%, less than 20% of what we see that look like people in the world are actually real. Maybe less than 20%. And when I say people, as one person put it, organic consciousness. Okay, organic consciousness, and not the AI consciousness. Not the AI consciousness, and not this new consciousness that they want to bring in to merge with the humans and take for transhumanism, and eventually just completely take over the human. Period. I mean, when they bought in that, and I'm gonna get to Kyrie. When they bought in that transgender thing, and they really made it a big deal, I saw that was being done to usher in something else. And so when I saw a lot of this transgender thing, and I saw where it got to a point where you're not allowed to, even though you grew up knowing a man is a man and a woman is a woman according to how you were raised and how you were taught, you're not allowed to do that anymore. You're not allowed to misgender folks, especially in the workplace. You're not allowed to misgender people anymore. Just because you grew up thinking what was a man and what was a woman, you can get in trouble for that now. You can lose your job. It could be considered harassment. And I feel like that opened the door to me for transhumanism. Because now when you start to recognize that machines might be trying to take over humans, you're not going to be allowed to say it, and you probably can get in trouble or get arrested or something. So now let's go back to Kyrie Irving, because what I just said don't really have nothing to do with him. But what I am saying though, I brought that up though because of his following, and that's like, for him to have that big of a following, that was a lot of bravery, because with this type of world that don't want to really hear the truth, and there's something that's wrong with him, it's like they dead. You know, it's like, you know, what does the truth matter? These folks, something wrong with him. You know, I was just starting to think about him a little more, and as I was thinking about him a little more, I saw this, and I hate these bugs, but oh well, it is what it is. I saw this black spider, this big black spider. And when I see, it wasn't huge, right? It wasn't huge but it was kind of big. And when I see like that's witchcraft. Okay, that's witchcraft. It wasn't huge, but it was big, but it wasn't huge like other ones I've seen, right? That means that that was witchcraft that was being used. But he himself, he got a little bit of power, but it's others that's more powerful than him. Like if you see, like say, if you see Bill Gates or Elon Musk as I hate to say this name, but spider, they would be a lot larger than how I saw Kyrie Irving. So it's not even about looking at the bug per se. It's about looking at the size of the spider. Oh, has a lot to do with the kind of power they have. And he was big, but not that big. Okay, he was not even as big as regular people that I have seen. But he was big. Okay? And I've seen this so many times that I know that's dealing with witchcraft, and it's dealing with a certain amount of power depending on the size. And then I saw black and red. I saw the colors of black and red. That's Masonic colors. That's Masonic colors. I said, wow, why am I seeing this? Okay, he's a Freemason. I know that. He couldn't be where he is without being with this Freemason. Okay, so think about what it's saying. Okay, so basically he sounded sincere, but it's really witchcraft. It's witchcraft. But he sounded very sincere, and you can't tell nobody to read between the lines with that. You can't tell too many people. Let me say you can't tell nobody. You can't tell too many people, because I got to give some people credit that kind of like said, okay, whatever. Some people did say that. I got to give those few people credit. And by the way, I would do this for a female too. I would do this for a female in the heartbeat. I mean, I think I talked about Oprah the other day about how I think she set Gail up when it came to that interview with her and Lisa Leslie, and then when they showed replayed the show, they replayed Gail kind of questioning Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant raping his girl, and then Gail said, "Oh my goodness, the editing," and then when I kind of said, now this was in 2020, I remember this, and when I just get shown things sometimes. I saw 2 graves. One looked like it was full of dirt and one looked like it was empty. But the one that was full of dirt looked like it was fresh, like it was some fresh soil that covered a hole that was a previous hole. It looked like it was some fresh soil, and it looked like that the soil, that dirt that was used to cover the grave was taken from the other grave that was empty. I said, this sounds like Gail and Oprah, and it looks like Oprah might have sacrificed Gail. Something was going on with Oprah and her career. I don't know what was happening with that. But, and it was around the time that Oprah had that fall. She was speaking somewhere. I don't know if it was at Joel Osteen Church. It was somewhere where Oprah fell. And it was around that time, I believe, that people was trying to analyze her fall. And it was shortly after that Gayle King had that interview with Lisa Leslie. And it was shown to the public in a way that she was really trying to get on Kobe Bryant. But I saw that Oprah Winfrey looked like her career was missing, and her career was just about over. She was being sacrificed, and that was evident by her fall. I don't know where she was, but she fell, and a lot of people was talking about that, and I think it was at Joel Osteen Church. It was somewhere, but she fell, and a lot of people tried to analyze that fall, like, look like her career might be over. Okay, but anyway, I'm not the one. Oprah's got billions of dollars, so if her career over, she gonna have more money than I can probably get right now. So I don't. When it comes to these celebrities, I don't get concerned with their career. They're millionaires. They're billionaires. I don't get concerned with their careers. But anyway, but people like to, people like to have something to talk about, and that's fine. I'm talking right now, ain't I? But yeah. So. I say that to say that I'm not just hopping on somebody for being a male or brown or whatever, or out of some jealousy. I'm saying that Dick Gregory, I should have said this part in the beginning. Dick Gregory said that no celebrity is going to help you, but nobody else. Now, when it comes to saving yourself, nobody's going to help you. They can. It's a saying that they can lead you to the water, but they can't make you drink, right? That I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. So nobody can really save you. You have to save yourself. And when I'm talking about saving yourself, I'm talking about really spiritually at this point. Because people have been saved, like people been saved from burning buildings, okay? So I don't mean like the physical part, where people are trapped in burning buildings or something could be happening. People, it could have been hurricanes or somebody like was saved from houses and stuff. I don't mean that kind of save, okay? I'm talking about more on a spiritual type of level, type of save, right? And mental too, and motivating you to do something about getting what you want, right? In those cases, when it comes to psychological, spiritual, and stuff like that, people can't help you. They can lead you to the water, but you have to drink. It's no matter what. Unfortunately, even if you have severe retardation, something in you, even with severe retardation, something in you has to have that willpower. Even if you're the most feeble-minded, something in you have to have that willpower, unfortunately. But I just seen it, so that's unfortunate. But that's the point I'm making, that nobody can save you when it comes to that mental and that spiritual and stuff like that. They can save you physically, which we call physical, because we're in the physical rule set. We are programmed with a physical type of reality. That's how we're programmed. So that's what I'm saying. People can save you physically. And but anyway, so Dick Gregory, he said so many times that can't no celebrity save. Do not count on no celebrity to save anybody, to help the black community, do anything like that. It's like a celebrity can't do nothing. Man or women don't matter. Man or women don't matter. You see a woman at the level of Kyrie Irving, she ain't gonna help nobody either. Let me tell you what I think to look for when somebody want to call themselves speaking truth, man or woman. When somebody call themselves wanting to speak truth, they need to talk about the organization they sign contracts with. They need to talk about this Freemasonry. Because, much as truth that these people want to talk about, I don't hear them exposing Freemasons like that. I don't hear them exposing Freemasonry. They have to do what they have to do, and all this stuff is going on, and they have to do all this extra stuff and all this. It's because of Freemasonry. It's Freemasonry. Now, that might not be all of it, but a lot of it is Freemasonry. They talk about what you have to do in the industry and what you have to do. Well, no, but see, the thing is, if you don't sign, some people might do something for a role, because they think they're going to get a role or something like that, but to continually have to do things, you don't sign with some kind of organization. You don't sign some kind of contracts agreeing to certain things. Okay? And so I always hear these people want to expose the music industry, they want to expose the entertainment industry. They don't ever want to expose the organization that they are a part of, which most of the time is Freemason. They never want to expose the organization that they are a part of. They seem to want to keep that out. But they want to expose everything else. Oh, these people, oh, the black people are the real Hebrew Israelites. You know what? You know what's happening with them celebrities? They taking food away from the they taking food off the plates of these people, regular folks that's been doing stuff on YouTube independently, teaching about Hebrew Israelites, teaching about indigenous, and all this stuff. And all these people, regardless of whatever you believe, whether you're indigenous or whether you're Hebrew Israelite or whatever you are, these people put their blood, sweat, and tears into what they believe. And now you got these celebrities that can say one thing, and they get all the attention, and all of this work that other people put in goes in vain. So I'm not really into giving Kyrie a whole lot of credit, because what he said is what I done heard a lot of folks say. What he said, I've already heard a lot of people say listening to their platforms. I'm not really into giving somebody a lot of credit just because they have a large following and just because they're a celebrity. Because what he said to me, he did sound sincere, but it wasn't more profound than the other people that put their blood, sweat, and tears into researching who the indigenous people were. And you know who that person is. And putting their blood, sweat, and tears, and whoever people want to say, oh, another celebrity want to say, oh, we're the real Hebrew Israelites. Well, how long have people been saying that on their platforms, but don't nobody hardly know them? How long have people been saying that on YouTube, but they don't get a whole lot of attention? And you get a celebrity with millions and millions and millions of followers that finally decide to say it, and everybody want to listen to them. Dick Gregory said a celebrity is not going to help you. And be careful, these celebrities assigned to these organizations, they are signed with the Brotherhood. And you got females in that thing too. It's a female version. You know the female version of that. It's ladies in that too. Until they decide to say what they are a part of and what it's all about, until they expose that, I can't take seriously anything else they're saying, because even if it sounds good, they still saying it for a reason. I saw witchcraft with Kyrie. I saw witchcraft. And that's what that, I don't want to say that bug anymore, to start with an S, but that's what that thing represents. It's witchcraft. And it was a certain size that let me know that he got some kind of power, but it's not, he got power over the average person. But he don't have power like a Clive Davis. He might not have power like a Michael Jordan. He don't have that kind of power right there. He don't have power like a Jay-Z. So he ain't got power like that. But he got some kind of influence. He got some kind of power. Okay, and that let me know that that's witchcraft that he was doing. That was manipulation. Even though he was speaking some truth there, that was manipulation. And I saw the black and red. That let me know that, you know, I know that he's a Freemason. I don't think it was to tell me that he's a Freemason. It was to tell me that it's witchcraft and it's involved in that organization. And to never, ever, this is another reason why I feel like Dick Gregory said that celebrities cannot help the brown community. Because that organization that they are a part of don't allow them to help the brown people. Okay, and not that I'm really interested in helping brown people. I don't get into helping a group of people like that. I don't really get into that right there. I'll get into linking up with folks who have the same goals and to work together with them, and then we try to work on change. But just trying to help a community based on somebody's color, you trying to get everybody to think the same. I mean, I don't get into that. I don't get into thinking that somebody needs to be thinking a certain way and having certain goals because they're brown skin, because they might never have it. I don't get into that. Okay, but that's all I gotta say though. What I saw with him is that it was witchcraft. It was witchcraft. And I don't know what kind of portals they like to open when they do this thing. That girl that got killed, she went to Mexico or something. A brown lady went to Mexico and got killed by friends. Let me tell you how somebody said that reminded them of Kanika Jenkins. Yeah, it is like Kanika Jenkins. Why are they showing this video of this girl getting beaten? Why are they showing a video of this girl getting beaten? I didn't see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see somebody getting beaten till they die or almost dead. I don't want to look at that. Now, I'm not criticizing nobody else who did. I'm not going to criticize nobody else who did. That's not my point in saying that. My point in saying that is, what is their purpose? They did this with Kanika Jenkins. They showing a dead person that was laid in the freezer. Of course, the freezer wasn't on because she would have been ice cold. You would have seen her look like an icicle. And if they would have thawed her out, you would have seen like water and stuff all over the place. Her clothes were completely dry. So the freezer wasn't even on, or refrigerator wasn't even on. But they did this with Kanika Jenkins. Why are they doing this with brown people? They showing them in these states. They did this with so-called George Floyd, because I don't think that was his name. Showing this cop with this knee on his neck. He's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Why are you showing folks that? You're trying to create a reaction out of people. Like, you're trying to create some kind of trauma in them. You're trying to create an image in their mind for them to keep thinking about this over and over and over again, and think about it and think about it. It's like you're causing trauma in folks. And I'm not saying that somebody didn't die when that girl went to Mexico. I believe somebody was killed, and it could have been her. My point is saying is that she was used for a different purpose. Whether this person was killed or not, I'm saying that she was used. What portals are they opening up to get this kind of attention? What is the point of showing somebody over and over again, somebody getting beaten to a bloody pulp? Beaten till they almost dead. Or dead or whatever, because I didn't watch the video. I'm not going to watch that kind of video. Because that's disturbing. That type of stuff is disturbing. You know? But, yeah. It's a truck backing up if you hear some. But, oh, I haven't heard that song since I've been down south. There's a truck backing up next to me. It's Friday. It's like a blues song. I used to go to the clubs every weekend when I lived in Tuskegee. And you play all these, that's the main song I would hear all the time. It's Friday. Anyway, back to the point. Yeah, so I don't like that kind of stuff. Where they got to show bad things happening to folks, brown folks. And it's like they're causing trauma in the minds of people. They causing people to be mentally disturbed. They cause people to be angry. And just, I don't like that. And it's like, what, they're opening something. Why are they using Kyrie Irving and, Kanye West with all these comments? What attention are they trying to grab from people? And why do they need this kind of attention? Why are they going to they're going to have these people say something that's been said time and time again on YouTube by people who really put in their blood, sweat, and tears to do the research, but then you get a celebrity that's going to repeat what somebody else say, and they're so profound, they get all this attention, everybody wants to talk about them. You know? I think that's insulting that these celebrities get to just say one thing that people that have been saying this for years, saying the same thing for years, but nobody really knows them. And you get a celebrity that get to say it one time and they get all this doggone attention. But that's media for you. That's the internet for you, and that's just how people think. You know? Anyway, I'll talk later. Okay.